Alright everybody, we're back and we're on Costa Rica day 2, part 3. This is shortly after the motocross track and shortly after lunch. We split off to find some more fun stuff. Towards the end of the video, Jeffrey and Eric and I go off on our own. We get a bunch of rain, we get a bunch of water, a couple of crashes, lots of mud. It was a great old time. So after one whole first day of being out in the Costa Rica jungle, the group and I were a little bit tired, so we left one break at the motocross track to go to the second break over at a beautiful waterfall, and we had to cross a couple of little river crossings to get there, but as you can see as I turn this corner, it looks beautiful.
Can we climb them?
We got to swim around for a bit, hang out, have a good time. The water was fantastic. It was just cool enough to where it felt good after being hot and sweaty in the jungle all day. And so we had a great time swimming around, geared down, probably about 30 minutes or so.
Fast enough, it's so much easier when I stay right on his tail because then I see where he goes. You good?
See, most of this second day was this terrain where it was just that really wet, slick clay, and to boot, it was even covered in leaves. We had zero traction through the second part.
Alright, Eric?
much you guys thought we were getting dry, it started to rain again, and it's raining a lot harder than the video actually looks. You can kind of hear it, but it was raining.
Sorry, no, I'm breathing hard. Hello. Not bad. It's foggy down here.
Like I said, with the rain, it is super slick right now. So a little bit of gas, a little bit of brake, either or, you lose traction real fast. Alright, so just like I just said, this spot coming up was just like a small incline, right? And you had no traction, so I'm trying to roll up, I'm rolling on the throttle, and I just start sliding from side to side. I'm doing this S pattern. You can't really see in the camera, but my rear end was chasing my front side so bad that I was just bouncing from one side of the trail to the other, rear wheel spinning, just trying to keep momentum, at least a little bit that I had. Finally get up to the top, I was just laughing, it was so funny. here again, just making my way up this area right next to this rut, and I barely rolled out the drop. As soon as I tapped it, that rear tire lost traction and slid down into that big old rut. Took me a good 30 to 45 seconds to get out of this one. Popped my wheel up on the other side and I tried to ride it out, and then I realized it wasn't going to happen, so I had to pick my rear tire up out of the rut and continue on. I also took this opportunity to film a spot where you can really see kind of how deep that is. Look at how deep that is. I'm kind of just up on a little ridge there, but if you go back a little farther, I mean, I'd be up to past the tire easily, almost up to the fender in this rut.
Sí, más bueno.
This is the end of Costa Rica Day 2 riding. It was a fantastic day, lots of fun. Got wet, got muddy. We're headed back to the camp now, hang out. The next day after this, we went surfing, and even though Dane and Kyle tried their best to teach me, I just could not get the hang of it. So no footage of that, but tune in for Day 3 of riding. It was a lot of fun.